not full of beer. So fermenters. I've had a clean out of my fermenters. But then I just thought, well, let's have a look at a few. They come in all kinds of sizes. These are smaller fermenters, obviously. There we go, 5 litre bottle there for fermented, 3 litre bottle. Not sure for what, mead maybe, I don't know what I'd use it for, but I made it. So that's a 10 litre. The one at the back will do 9. That's 5, 6, but it's classed as a 5, but it is 6 litres. 10 there, I'd use 9. This big one is a full, it's probably 15, but you'd only put 12 or 13 in there really. And this little baby is a 9, which is, I made this one over Christmas, and I'm gonna just, because I use small batches really. Bigger ones, yeah, I've got a 25 litre one somewhere. Hold on. That's a 25 litre one. So I've got big and I've got others. I've got loads of these you've probably seen because I do smaller batches. So that's how I work with. I do have big, and then in the garden. You can see I use fermenting buckets to do my garden stuff in. There's a fruit tree in there, and there's hops in that one. It's winter time, so new ramp. It's for the wife. Could get barrels down it, I suppose. Yeah, so there we go. Fermenting. We're going to try and do a milk stout. About 9 litres, 10 litres. And hopefully in this box that's just arrived, we've got what I need. I've used brew to bottle recently, and I've got no real complaints. It's delivered by DPD. It's always well packed, and we will go from there. So next time you see me, I should have all my recipe ingredients laid out. Okay, so Buggles hops 30 grams, lactose 20 grams, some oats in there. It's not a lot, about 80 grams I think. Crystal Cara chocolate for steeping. This is steeping, and then some DME. That's dark DME and that's medium DME. So we are looking at 1.2 kilo of DME. So yeast. I'm going to use this Lallemand English style ale yeast. It's Austrian, but it's an English style ale yeast. For this beer, it's definitely going to be an ale, and I'm just going to throw the whole thing in. It'll be all good on the day. Okay. Having said that, you could use USO4, you could probably use USO5, you could use coal yeast, you could use a Liberty Bell yeast. Really could use whatever yeast you want, but I'm going to use this English style ale yeast. Okay, again. In here we have 10 litres of water warming up. We're going to bring it up to 60 and we're going to steep some grains. So I'll come back when anything exciting is going to happen. I'm using this urn, which is only a little urn, and not big urn, but little urn. And but you could use a pot, you could use whatever you wanted really. A big cooking pot would do it, but this is what I've chosen to use just out in the back garden. I'm also chosen to use this digital thermometer. These are my instructions. With digital thermometer to check my temperatures. But steeping bag here. These grains are going to go in and we'll get ready to steep. Okay, be back. Fudge. This is Christmas leftover fudge. That's also going in, just because I can really. I had thought about putting in some other chocolate, but we're going with this little bit of clotted cream fudge. There should have been more in this, but a couple of bits seem to be gone missing. Don't understand it. So, getting close to 65, 70 for the steep, and I'm going to steep this grain for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to obviously remove it, put it to the boil. I'm going to add half of the DME and stir that in, and straight away, not mucking about. I normally do transfers back to a bucket, back to a thing. I'm not going to bother with that. We're just going to put it in. I'll stir like a banshee if we can get any on the camera. Fair dues. After that, we'll get the boil on. Once the boil's on, the hops are going to go in. I don't know if I'm going to go loose or bag. I think I'll bag them, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. They could go loose. Probably will go loose. And 15 minutes to the end of the boil. Add the rest of the DME and the lactose will go in, and the fudge. Maybe the fudge. The fudge may go in the fermenter. I'll dry fudge it. Okay, so that's where we stand. I'll give you an update when I get ready to steep these grains. That'll do us. 68, 69. So I've switched this off. Now that's going to go there, and the lid. 15 minutes, we'll come back. So 15 minutes is up. As you can see from the colour, we've got a big change in the colour. I think, as you can see, some people do, some people don't. I'm just going to run some water through it, only because I can. Yeah, so the grain is there. I'll just run a bit of water through it. Like that. So just let that run, and then we'll get rid of it and crack on with the boil. Just get this up to the boil and we'll go from there. That's where the hops were grown last year. The seagulls are up. It's turning crappy. It's about 3:15 in the afternoon. But anyway, that'll soon get where we want it to be, and I'll go back and wash this bowl up. Thanks, I'll be back. I should think we'll be got a boil on in about 5-10 minutes. Just see it starting. It doesn't smell bad already, so not disappointed. Plane coming. I'll just cut the sound at this bit. So, as we plod on, we're getting close to adding the final DME, the lactose is going in. What I'll do though is I'm going to remove the hot bag while I do that, just to reduce the mess. Get that in, stir best we can. Ignore that. And they say objects in a rear view mirror closer than they seem. That plane is a lot closer in reality than what I'm doing. Right, here's the lactose going in. And just stir up and throw my hops back in, I guess, and 15 minutes left, so we're all good. But yeah, we're done boil wise, so that's finished. We'll transfer this into a bucket and let it cool, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we're done. It's the end of the day. We're going to cool this down, get it out of there and clear up, really. Job's a good one. So there it is, 9 litres milk stout sitting in that tub cooling off. That is 9 litres of a Belgian blonde, and which I parallel brewed, but just didn't film. That went on long before this one, but I was waiting for the grain to arrive to do that beer, which they did late on into the afternoon. Anyway, so we got the brew on and did it, and it's all good. We're done, letting them cool down, nothing major, and then I'll finish off when I put some yeast in them both and take a little ABVs and starting and finishings to come. Bags on the line dry now, hot bag, grain bag. It has started to rain, and yeah, I'll come back with anything of interest to add. Thank you. So yeast, I've followed the instructions, and we have dehydrating it. I'll let it sit now for a few minutes and come back to it. The beer is in here. We are looking at a 5% stout if it ferments right out. I have a feeling we're looking at a 4% stout and it won't ferment right out. Well, we're all done. Let's move this over to here. And there we are. 2 beers done. 2 tomorrow. 1, maybe 2. It's all good. Okay. Anyway, beer's done, and good day. And hope everyone has a great weekend coming up. And that's your lot from me.